If I said to you, who is the best progressive metal band in the world right now, my answer would be Dream Theater. That's right, I'm a huge Dream Theater fan and I've always wanted to review their albums. Yes, in my reaction days I did check out Dream Theater, and one thing I regret was deleting most of my reactions. But I'm going back in time in the year 2009 when they released Dream Theater Systematic Chaos. Systematic Chaos was a very different album by Dream Theater. We had some fantastic emotional work by John Petrucci, especially his guitar solos throughout Ministry of Lost Souls. We had some fantastic vocal performances by James LaBrie throughout Forsaken, Constant Motion, and even Prophets of War. Not to mention In the Presence of Enemies Part 2. And we also had some terrific keyboard solos by Jordan Rudess and some great bass moments by John Mayall. So Dream Theater Systematic Chaos is a different approach. They did change their sound throughout Octavarium, where they created a 24-minute masterpiece called Octavarium. This album, in my opinion, is quite divisive, especially Octavarium, but we go forward a few years later, they released an album, Systematic Chaos. So let's talk about Systematic Chaos. Dream Theater decided to have more of a heavy approach throughout Systematic Chaos. This is easily one of the heaviest albums since Train of Thought. Yes, there is a lot of pure emotion, a lot of great storytelling on this album, and not to mention like the 28-minute masterpiece In the Presence of Enemies. So the overall production is more clear to the other Dream Theater albums before that time, and Mike Portnoy's drumming on this is just terrific. He certainly does tell a story throughout the song Repentance. Easily one of the most emotionally grabbing Dream Theater albums to date, in my opinion, just because there is just so much substance on this. You can tell Dream Theater were inspired by bands such as Metallica throughout Constant Motion, with the cool riffs and the guitar solos by Petrucci, and not to mention James LaBrie's vocals on Constant Motion. Sounds like James Hetfield. But songs like Forsaken, which is a beautiful ballad, but yet a very heavy ballad by Dream Theater, just provides a constant motion of surprises throughout this album. So In the Presence of Enemies Part 1 is the first song to kick off Systematic Chaos. Just a terrific song, a terrific introduction to Part 2 of In the Presence of Enemies Part 2. So In the Presence of Enemies has some amazing guitar solos by John Petrucci, and the vocals by James LaBrie is more of an quieter edge to it. Jordan Rudess really shines throughout the keyboard moments, and John Mayall's bass just really shines as well. And the drumming by Mike Portnoy is absolutely fantastic when he incorporates some terrific drum fills and little drum accents that keeps the listener on guard. And In the Presence of Enemies Part 1 is basically an introduction to the last song of the album, In the Presence of Enemies Part 2. But it bleeds on beautifully to Forsaken. Forsaken, love the introduction on this, the just beautiful clean guitars at the start, then it gets on to some gritty and heaviness moments. James LaBrie vocals, very soft and soothing at times, and especially when he just uses those howling vocals in that chorus. It's very sing-alongable song. You get some great verses, a really good bridge, and another great guitar solo. And yeah, it's all got the Dream Theater pizzazz in it. This is easily one of the heaviest ballads they have done, and it is a ballad, you could say, but it is a terrific song for what it is. Constant Motion is next, and this is easily one of the most fastest, thrashiest Dream Theater songs out there. The cool riffs on this, and James LaBrie's James Hetfield delivery vocal is so damn good, mixed with some really cool keyboard solos by Jordan Brutus and the guitar solos by John Petrucci. Instrumental interlude is just so damn good. It is absolutely nuts for what it is, and Constant Motion is fantastic, not to mention that chorus is catchy as anything. Then it leads on to The Dark Eternal Night. That riff, by John Petrucci, is so damn good. Mike Portnoy incorporates a few vocals on this, a more growly sort of feel, and this is when Dream Theater are experimenting throughout the harsh vocal side, you could say, because especially in The Dark Eternal Night, Mike Portnoy has that really gruntier vocals on it, and I absolutely love it. And again, James LaBrie shines on this. A lot of people think that Systematic Chaos is one of Dream Theater's weakest albums. In my opinion, every time you listen to Systematic Chaos, it is just a breath of fresh air, because there's just so much happening on this album, and I absolutely love it. The Dark Eternal Night with the cool guitar solos and the instrumental breaks, the keyboard solos. Again, it's a nearly 9-minute song, and then the progressive flavor on this, the songwriting is just terrific, and it's just a fun song overall. Shining sky, drawn to the beckoning light of the dark. Next is the Repentance. Repentance is a song off the 12-step suite, which Mike Portnoy was battling alcoholism, but Repentance is a very Pink Floydish song, a very Pink Floydish inspired song. The really nice shimmering guitar work on this, and even guest celebrities are on this song. I think Mikhail Akerveld from Opeth is also featured on Repentance, especially when he's talking at the end. Mike Portnoy talks at the end as well, realizing the mistakes he's made throughout his life. Yes, this is about Mike Portnoy and his alcoholism on this, and basically he's on the 12-step suite. The next song after Repentance in the 12-step suite is Shadow Fortress, which was on Black Clouds and Silver Linings, which I'll probably do a review. I'm going to review all Dream Theater albums because I absolutely love them, but Repentance is really good. The problem is this is a 11-minute song, and it goes on forever and ever. There is no need to have a song that long, especially when you have the conclusion lasting 4 minutes. The band just choiring, it's interesting. It's an interesting way to flatten an album, and that's what I feel that Repentance basically flattened Systematic Chaos. And this is one of the weakest songs off the album in my opinion, but I still really enjoy it just because it's telling a story, it's telling what happened after the root of all evil, and yeah, so Repentance is a good song overall, but it could have been shortened 6 minutes because there's a lot of repetitive factors on this, but I understand that Repentance is quite a slow and inspired Pink Floyd song. It's an okay song overall. Next up is Prophets of War. Prophets of War was a song that I didn't like at first, but I gotta say that John Petrucci guitar melody, so damn good. It's a catchy song overall. I know Questy hates this song, but I really love Prophets of War now. I love that chorus. Are we fighting? You're so damn good. James LaBrie vocal provides a lot of emotion on this, and the great guitar solos you are getting, even the keyboard solos. There's a really cool keyboard solo by Rudis on this song, and Prophets of War is just a terrific song. But it is one of the weakest Dream Theater songs, but I just love how catchy that song is. Leads on to Ministry of Lost Souls. Now this is going to be my funeral song. I absolutely love this song. The Ministry of Lost Souls tells a beautiful, beautiful story about a lost loved one, and that chorus, remember me, I gave you life. Oh, James LeBrie's vocals are amazing on this. They really are. And it's just a very slow burner of a song running about 15 minutes, but there's just so much emotion on it and unpredictable moments you are getting, and just a cool little accent he provides. Just makes this song so damn exciting. That chorus is amazing. Just the instrumental break, the guitar lead by Petrucci is so damn good. John Mayne's bass really shimmers throughout this song, and it's just a work of art, Mystery of Lost Souls. The guitar solo, ding, 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 ding. Oh, I love the guitar solo by John Petrucci. The Ministry of Lost Souls is easily one of my favorite songs by Dream Theater, and that's why Systematic Chaos is so damn good because of this song.
Remember me, I gave you life. You would.
Leads on to the In the Presence of Enemies Part 2. I call progressive elements on this, and just unpredictable moments. Even there are a few chants on this song. I love the bridge on this, the cool lead breaks, the guitar solos, Jordan Rudess's cool atmospheric vibe you're getting. It feels like you're in hell. It does, it really does. And the eerie vibes and the melodies. I love In the Presence of Enemies Part 2. The whole suite of In the Presence of Enemies Part 1 and Part 2 is just terrific. Sometimes you just can listen to that one song and you just fall in love with DT. Oh my god. Systematic Chaos by Dream Theater is one of my favorite albums by Dream Theater. They have changed their sound. You know, they're in a little bit of a patch. Like emotionally, they're in a little bit of a patch because they do tell different stories, very different stories. And although Dream Theater really talk about life and politics and everything like that, they do move towards Prophets of War, which is more a political driven song. And Dark Eternal Night's all about a monster. But there is no basically one story to connect. But there are some moments of atmosphere that leads on to other songs. With Dream Theater, Systematic Chaos gets a 93%. One of my favorite progressive metal albums. Absolutely love it. Again, Repentance, one of the weaker songs off the album, but it does tell a really emotional, well-driven story. And not to mention that artwork is just so damn trippy. But yeah, Systematic Chaos is just a terrific album. You play this album countless times, you can really appreciate the musicality on this and just the work they put in. And I think Systematic Chaos is easily one of the best modern day Dream Theater albums out there, to be honest. It's maybe I absolutely love the self-titled album as well. Not many people like the self-titled album, but that's another story to tell. So let me know in the comments below what you thought about Systematic Chaos by Dream Theater. Have you heard it? Are you gonna hear it? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.